What's up, guys? It's been a little while. Got some shirts to paint today. I figured I would hang out with you guys while I did it, see if anybody wanted to watch me paint some t-shirts. Let's start with this guy. Some classic hearts with some names in them. Let's see. 2 big hearts. That'll be fun. Black outline around the hearts. I missed you guys. I've been on Instagram, I'm sorry. Forgive me. What are the names we're doing? I'll do the names next. Let's fill them in with red first and then text outline. Where's my chat? Can I see my chat? There they are. Live chat, all messages. What's going on, guys? I see you now. I'm moving. I officially packed the first box today. Getting everything ready. It's becoming real. The new place is going to have a much bigger place to paint in, so that's going to be good for everybody. I wonder if I should clip this lens on. No, that's weird. I don't know, it kind of looks cool. I'm gonna do it for a little while. You guys can tell me if it's better or not. Speak Spanish? No, I don't speak Spanish. No, the lens is weird. I'll take it away. What's the names? Xavier and Kayla. Xavier. Kayla. Better without the lens. I agree. It's just I'm not seeing as wide as I want it to be. I feel like I'm missing a lot. It's hard for me to pay attention to where the camera's pointing while I'm painting and everything else. So sometimes I look down and you're not even looking at what I'm doing. And I feel bad. When I get to the new studio, I'll start streaming with the GoPro again, because I can stream through the computer instead of through my phone. A lot better situation for everything. That'll work. Alright, this is the one that I really wanted to do anyway. It's a graffiti design. Lulu. They want, what did they say? A more subtle design. Okay. Thinner lines, whatever. LOU. You guys see those basketballs I painted? Those are really fun. It's the first like different type of project I've done in a while. It's always been t-shirts and stuff, but painting those basketballs was neat. Lulu. That'll work. Alright. They said thin lines. Let's do some thin black lines. Alright, someone's asking what the reducer of paint to thinner I use is, and the answer is it's never consistent. Each color that I use requires a different amount of reducer. Sometimes even a different shipment of the same color will act a little bit differently. Really, it's a consistency that you're looking for, not a ratio that you're aiming for. And it's kind of hard to describe how thick you want a liquid to be. With words. Basically, you keep on adding reducer until it starts to flow how you want it to flow. Mine's usually somewhere around 10%, but it varies. Sometimes I use no reducer at all, rarely, and sometimes I use up to like 20-30% reducer. It all depends on what it is I'm painting and what I'm looking for. The easiest way to describe it is start with a little bit and add more and more until you get to where you're liking what's happening. I'm gonna have to fill up a bottle here in a minute and I'll show you how I do that. I never measure anything, so it's really not a specific formula or anything special. That was a little bit wonky. Bricks. Forgot my stencil over here. I feel like they should come down a little bit too. Underneath. Yeah. Maybe just one line? No, we'll do two. Better. Starting airbrushing coming from game development, you got me going the opposite direction. I got into game development after I was already an airbrush artist. I haven't touched it in a little while, but I love game development because I kind of have all the pieces. I've got the graphic design piece and the coding piece and like the ideas for the game and stuff. So when I find some free time, I like to sit down and start a project. I never finished anything, but I use Unity mostly and C#. I've always wanted to build a virtual reality airbrushing app. They've got King's Spray. They've got like a graffiti one with spray cans. It's really old and outdated, but they need to have one with a little more flexibility because airbrush would translate perfectly into VR, you know? Just sitting there floating in space. All there is a button and a trigger. I could do all of this right through a headset and it'd be sweet. So much red here. I'd love to have a different color, but they specifically want red and black only. Been working on your graffiti. Easy Airbrush says. I haven't seen it. You have to show me something. I've seen you do a lot of script shirts. I haven't seen your graffiti ones yet. This one's a strange text. Come on. Get in there. On the front, please write, "We only have to be lucky once." Okay. What kind of design? Just script. We only... We only have to be lucky once. Whoa. Somehow I pressurized my paint bottle. Hasn't happened in years. The air hole got clogged, and as I back flushed air into the bottle, it got pressurized and the air had nowhere to go until I pulled back the trigger, and then it just squirted out. It's crazy. Now when I take this out, it won't do that anymore, because the air can leak. Sweet. It didn't get on the shirt though. color am I doing? Green and orange, what? Green and orange. Alright, I gotta fill this up. So here's that reducer thing. Only fill up the bottle about halfway. So that's half full. And they're just a good, generous squirt. That's how specific I am about that. It just doesn't really matter a whole lot. I have had paint that's been reduced too much before, but it's really hard to over-reduce your paint. So, it's just not that big of a deal. If it's not flowing well, put some more reducer in there. And there you go, that's pretty much it. Ouch. Do I use Iwata? I have some Iwata airbrushes. Most of what I'm using are Omni airbrushes. They're Badger airbrushes. The Omni 3000 is the model. Badger is the brand or whatever. Kind of a weird design. Yeah, most t-shirt artists use Badger that I know of. Do not like this color scheme. It's not my favorite. I'm gonna move on from that. All right, Megan the Stallion. M-E-G-A-N. I'm about to run out of paint. I better fill this up. I hate running out of paint in the middle of a shirt. Yeah, Badger airbrushes, typically the Vega 2000 and Omni 3000, they typically spray more paint, more heavily, whereas the Iwata airbrushes seem to be more precise and delicate and dainty and slow to me. I don't know. If I'm painting t-shirts, I'd rather use a Badger airbrush. If I was painting a bunch of motorcycle helmets and doing detailed work and stuff like that, then Iwata seems to be the way to go. Megan the Stallion with 2 E's on the M-E-G-A-N. There's a front, right? I gotta make sure. S-T-A-L-L-I-O-N. End's a little goofy. I appreciate that. I'm glad you learned something. I think everybody's still learning. I'm definitely still learning. Black text, blue and white background. Let's use this royal blue. Don't skimp on your outlines. Don't just like, it's not just something that you tack on at the end with no thought to it. You almost want to follow the flow of the letters with the outline itself. Like, give it a little bit of character. Like this M line kind of curves down at the end, so my outline also is going to curve down with it. Gotta give it a little bit of character, just like the letters themselves have. Otherwise it can be real boring. Drop shadow is tough. Drop shadows are tough because you gotta have really good trigger control. When I do a drop shadow, I don't shadow the whole letter, the whole word. I only put shadows. Maybe there's one I'm doing next. Let me see. Yeah, I'll do one here and you'll be able to see. I'll explain it better as I'm going. Medium shirt, Leo baby. Okay. She wants it like in the middle of the shirt, which is weird, but. So with my drop shadow, I'm not gonna duplicate the text and shadow it. I'm only gonna put a shadow where it makes sense. So I'm putting it there and I'm letting go and I'm putting a new line here and I'm letting go. I'm not even gonna put a shadow on this one because like it would just be underneath itself. You don't want your shadow to make everything way too crowded, make it hard to read, which is what I'm doing here. I'm only picking and choosing some places to put it instead of making everything real muddy and busy. So that's probably the biggest part of it. This one, M-I-A-A-A, okay. Come on, hose. M-I-A-A-A, right? Yeah, 3 A's. green and blue hearts. Notice where my blue was overlapping the text, I got real light with that blue, so it didn't, again, busyness and composition. Take a step back and make sure like it's round. She's cutting this into a skirt, so like the t-shirt itself really isn't part of the deal. It's way lower than I would normally paint on a t-shirt. She does not want the circle outline design. Okay, I will not paint that part. Still the airbrush man. I feel like it's way too late for that. I don't know, a lot of people's tags or names or whatever is like, I know there's the beef jerky guy and there's the drone guy and I don't know. The whatever guy is like a standard thing that a lot of people do. If I was the airbrush man, I'd have to wear like a cape and I'd be a superhero. I'm not trying to be a superhero. Airbrush man. Black text, green outline, blue, more blue hearts, okay. Dun, 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 dun. I can't really. There it is. Wouldn't it be funny if I started this channel like 10 years ago and I was the airbrush kid and then at some point I had to come back and rename myself? It'd be like an insecurity thing. I'm a man now. See? People need to let me decide what the colors should be. I'm gonna come back with white on both of these shirts. On these hearts. I'll make it pop out. I really don't like this one at all, actually. I'm gonna redo it. I'm gonna get a new tank top. I wouldn't have done the drop shadow on the text if I realized that I had to outline it in green that way. It's way too busy. A new tank top we will get from my messy garage. Are those breast hairs on the board? What? What are you talking about? Breast hairs? Talking about this? Those are old letters. Yeah, hooligan. Thanks, man. I see the comments. You scoot over here. Let's try this again. care enough to do a good job here. MIAAA. I just almost fell over. Don't tell anybody. Much better. We got really muddy and gross here, and then we have a nice. Can I write this good on pencil and paper? I don't do a lot of pencil sketches. I have been on my iPad a lot lately, doing Procreate and whatnot. I would say yeah. There's something about airbrushing that I like better, of course, because obviously there's all these extra things you can do with the airbrush. And I've been airbrushing specifically for a very long time, but I do enjoy working digitally a lot as well. Lots of shortcuts and stuff you can take working digitally, of course, but I like to be fast and efficient. So, digital is good. What I want to get good at is caricature drawing. Caricature and just general characters and stuff. Animals and cute stuff. Being able to draw life instead of letters only would be neat. I can do some of that. I came across an album of all of my old work from like 2010 and that area of things. And I got a big album of all of my old stuff. And one day I'll go through and do a live video or something of like reviewing all my old artwork. Because some of it's really funny and embarrassing. I'll critique myself. I'll tell you what I would have done differently if I did that now. And maybe it'll be a learning experience for everybody. Come on, thing. What paint do I use? Well, I am left-handed. By the fact that I'm using my left hand to hold the airbrush. My right hand is just here for moral support, really. I'm using Createx paint. Just the regular Createx colors. The Wicked colors are good for hard surfaces. Regular Createx colors are what you want to use for t-shirts. So I'm using those. They're not the only paint in the world. You can use whatever brand that you can get a hold of. I've used all of them. They're all fine. None of them have given me any trouble. I would say that I prefer Createx, but whatever. Trying to read these comments, right? More caricatures. I don't know any caricatures. Oh, the turtles and stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to do more interesting stuff. That's why I haven't been doing live streams here all the time, because it's always the same. I'm always painting boring t-shirts. Maybe it's not boring, maybe you still want to see them, but to me it's like, man, I did this 100 times already. This is gonna get old, so I'm looking for more creative projects, cooler stuff. Those basketballs, that recent video I did with the basketballs was one of my favorite projects that I've done recently. Something a little bit different, but still my style. That was neat. The Ninja Turtles got some good response. It's kind of a stressful project though. I guess I'm going to put some blue in the background of this, because it's kind of plain. Never gets old. Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad somebody's getting something out of it. That's all that matters. Nice. Helps your anxiety. I'm on medication now. Don't abuse me. Somebody's asking about fabric paint. Yeah, Createx paint, airbrush paint, pretty much is a fabric paint. After I've painted it, I'm gonna seal it with a heat press. This is a big 350-degree sandwich maker. It's an iron. It just clamps down and sets all the paint so it will not wash out. Ouch. Got a little clawgy doodah here. Wow. What did I just say? I'm so stupid. Clawgy doodah. Look at that booger. I'm about to drop this cone. And that's why it wasn't spraying well. You wish you had a press that could do the whole shirt. I have I don't remember how big mine is. I think it's 16 by 18. So it's bigger than a normal one. But I still have to press a lot of things. And this will take 2 presses. Those will all be one, probably just one. This will definitely be 2. You can also get a conveyor dryer. I've never used those personally, but some of the other artists that I work with use like the same kind of conveyor dryer that a screen printer would use, where you put the shirt in and it just is a conveyor belt that brings it through the heating element. And you can do it one at a time. It doesn't actually clamp down on the shirt, it's just convection. And it bakes the paint in. And apparently it works fine. They've been using it for 25 years. So I trust them doing that. 16 by 20, maybe that's what it is I have. These are done. These are done. I gotta do the back of this with more text. I wish it wasn't this color scheme. I don't like the green and orange together. But it's not my t-shirt now, is it? And this side says, you will have to be lucky always. You will have to be lucky always. Did I shadow it on the side? Yeah, I did. What kind of air compressors? I see it. Today is a lot more people who are actually experienced with airbrushing asking questions, having conversations about Badger versus I1 and stuff. That's cool to see. What kind of air compressors do you guys use? I know what I use, and I've been using it for a long time, and I know the options, but a lot of the new artists that are asking me what equipment to get and stuff, I've always used big industrial air compressors, not airbrush air compressors. But they really just want something small and tiny and cute looking, so I've always told them California Air Tools is a good brand, but many of these guys are international and they can't get stuff from Amazon, and hardware stores just don't have what they're looking for. Well, there isn't any. Basically, I'm trying to find a good option to get new artists on air compressors, and I'm definitely not stocking and shipping them to them. So I started out with the cheap little pancake air compressor from Home Depot or whatever, or wherever I went. Sitting on your patio plan? Etsy or Shopify? Both. I have a Husky right now. I have a Husky Ultra Quiet outside, a big one. That's what I got. I keep forgetting what I did on the side. Green stars, orange, drop shadow, and fade. That's what I tell them. I just tell them skip the airbrush compressor and just go find a real air compressor. Make it donk. Make it donk. I'm trying to remember. I know that's from something. I know that's happened here before. There's always been make a doke. This one's got text on the back too. See, this is already dry. I can touch this without getting blue paint on myself, which is very convenient. I hate giant items because I don't want to get paint on the bottom of them and get them all dusty. This is a big one. Okay, you're gonna see another pro tip. That paint on the other side is a little bit wet, and I gotta wrap these sleeves around, and I don't want to get paint on them, so I'm gonna put another board on this side. And now wrap my sleeves around both boards so I don't get paint on them. Sorry, that had to be done. Okie doke. Got to love dogs real quiet. You're talking about air compressors, bro. How often does your compressor fill up while spraying? If I spray constantly, it'll probably last, I don't know, 5-10 minutes before it sprays, it seems like. I can't really hear it. It might be spraying now, I can't tell. Or it might be filling right now. It's really hard to hear because it's outside. Alright. It's a hot girl summer, black and blue. And I feel you on those color combinations, man. Most of them are okay. This one is hard. Black and red is real boring. It's a hot girl summer. call this my my urban font. It's not print. It's like a legible graffiti. It's for the customers that want the graffiti style, like feeling, but also want to pay a script style price. So I was like, there you go. Here's a tag. Maybe. Wish I could scoot that whole design over about a ½ inch to the left. It is my favorite style of lettering to do, as far as like, it's the most practical style. It's really fast. Script and this are both super fast. Of course I like to do the graffiti stuff, but that's a 15-minute shirt and this is a 2-minute shirt. And I do not charge proportionately for those prices. I forgot what I did on the other side again. Just some drips. Oh, I remember now. You always want to face your airbrush into the inside of the design. Notice I'm angling it towards the center because that overspray is going to happen. And if I angle it this way, that overspray will go in here instead of out there. And that is where I want it. That's why I switched into right-handed mode for a second. It's especially useful when you're using stencils. Thank you guys. Greetings from America. If I ever offered glitter, I made the mistake of offering glitter in the mall shop. Since then, I've not offered glitter anymore. No one asks for it. I've had probably one person a year in the last 4 or 5 years ask for glitter. If I offered on the website, I'm sure they would be like, yeah, I want glitter, add it on there. But if I don't offer it, then I don't have to deal with the art herpes. Because you know, if you get glitter and you heat press glitter, then there's glitter in a heat press. Then glitter's everywhere. Do I charge more for bubble letters? I do. I've really simplified. This is like airbrush shop talk. I've really simplified the fonts that I offer. My website needs to be laid out better. Because everything isn't like categorized script and print and graffiti and bubble and stuff. It doesn't do that anymore. I just have different designs that you look at and you're like, all right, that's the design I want. But really I have graffiti letters, script letters, and I don't even have them labeled on the site. Again, it's just this design. But I also have like really simple graffiti letters, which are basically block/bubble letters that I use for like birthday parties and stuff. But yeah, I would charge more for graffiti design than a script design because it takes a lot longer. But definitely make more money faster on a simple shirt than that one. These are just fun to paint, kind of. Let's see if I have more shirts to paint because I didn't plan on doing a long stream. But here I am. I don't want to paint any of these. These are just big orders of the same boring shirt over and over again. Here's some graffiti stuff. This will be good. Let me turn my air conditioning on too. My very dusty, very old, good gross that is. Alright, let's get this nice dry one out of the way. Someone asked how to order a hat. You go to my website. There's a link in the description of this video. And you can purchase a custom hat right there. What paint do I use? I'm using Createx paints. The standard Createx colors. I have the Wicked colors too. Some of them, because I've been testing and trying and comparing and all of that. But Wicked colors are for hard surfaces, generally speaking. This is a medium. That's the wrong board. It's alright, I'm struggling to not make a mess. It's hard to board shirts with this neck camera mount type of deal. Because usually I'm putting the shirt underneath my chin and stuff, and I can't do that because there's a camera right here in my face. Medium. This is a cool one. Some dripping graffiti type of text. Black, red, and light blue. Alright. So again with the weird color combos, red and light blue are not going to blend together, so I have to separate them to work around each other. I'm going to do blue letters and then a red outline because, honestly, because I'm done. I already did red letters. M-O-N-J-E. I'm going to put a little bit of extra love into this one. What about, oh, you were telling me about that rats drank your paint. That's so crazy. Rats will eat anything. They broke into my cabinet a couple months ago, like my pantry, whatever it is. And there's all this nice food and like peanut butter and stuff right there that they could have ate. Instead, they decided that they were going to crush the cornstarch. And they just ate a whole bag of cornstarch and didn't touch anything else. There's cookies, there was all kinds of stuff they could have ate. No, we're here for the cornstarch. Do I have a tip to keep centered? I'll keep my letters in the middle of the shirt. That is I get that question a lot. That's the thing that took me the longest to get down. It really boils down to having familiarity with your letters, being able to mentally visualize what's happening. I knew what this was going to look like before I painted it. Like I knew not all of the interactions and whatnot, but I knew visually where these letters were going before I started painting them. That's a skill that you just have to develop over time. But another thing is having ways to extend your letters if you need to. I don't know if I have an example. Like this E. This E could have been a real small E if it needed to, or it could have stretched all the way out here if I wanted it to. I get towards the end of the line and I can vary up the letters as I'm going to see how big I need them to be. With every font, I have ways that I can stretch the letters or shrink them if I want to. But just take a second to visualize it first, even if you gotta sketch it or something. And you know, it will come, because that is something that I did struggle with for a while. What am I doing? I want these letters to drip into themselves a little bit. No, let's go that way. There we go. I love how a dude randomly in the middle of the chat. I'm gay. Okay. The new house I'm moving into has a bunch of moles. To be fair, my house right now has a bunch of moles too, so I guess that's not a big change. See that? I missed. The line did not go where I wanted it to. Have you ever tried painting shirts with acrylic paints? No. No, that's really... You gave me the tip of putting a light line or angling... I'm trying to read these comments, I'm sorry. First of all, painting RC bodies. That is a whole nother thing. RC bodies are tricky because you have to paint them backwards. And they do all of the things, they require all of the types of artwork that I don't like to do. A bunch of masking and stenciling, a bunch of tape and special graphics and clear coats, and not clear coats, but like solid coats of color. There's the auto body world, and then there's like the graffiti art world, and I have not delved into the auto body world of airbrushing much at all. There's some things I'd like to learn so that I can apply that to different projects and stuff, but I have no interest in painting a bunch of skulls on motorcycles and stuff. I need to stop saying that. I feel like I'm a little offensive about that. It's really good work. It's really cool. It's just not my style of artwork to do. Back in the day, I used to get a lot of people asking me to paint skulls and naked ladies on their bikes, and I was like, no, I can't. A, I can't do that, and B, I don't want to do that. That's not what I'm doing here. But RC bodies take some extra talent. I got respect for those guys. Let's do some drop shadows. You're not gonna die. I had COVID too. see. I gotta stop being political. I'm not being offensive. That's good. I just don't want it to sound like anybody that's painting bikes and stuff isn't, like, I think they're dumb or something, because it's really good artwork. Air, Oil, and Lead is one of the pages that I follow on Instagram that does really awesome characters and portraits and whatnot on bikes that I'm a little jealous that I can't do. I can't even say, like, it's just that they do the same thing over and over again, because I'm doing the same thing over and over again. So I don't know what it is. I just need to stop being a hooligan. Did I miss any shadows? Probably. I'm gonna lay down some dark blue first, and then cover it with this Maui blue again. My brother-in-law has some RC cars that he used to race them. I think now he just kind of plays with them sometimes, but it's really cool. Growing up as a kid, I had like the electric ones, like the little toy ones and whatnot, and then seeing these RC cars that you pull to start and they got an engine and they're going 40 miles an hour down a track, that looks fun. So I want to get one of those one day. And of course, if I get one, I'm gonna paint it, so we'll see. That'll be my practice round. I've painted them before. I've painted a couple. I kept the design pretty simple. I'll tell you what, doing lettering backwards is a little tricky, a little different. What's my making a year on this? Steve Numes. The name rings a bell, but I can't think of who he is. And Easy. No, I don't ever go on TikTok to watch. I don't even post on TikTok anymore, really. I just haven't used that app in a while. I did stream from it the other day for a minute. My TikTok following, I have like 600,000 followers on TikTok, and none of them care when I post a video. I think I broke the algorithm or something, or got flagged or whatever. I'll post a video and it'll get like 200 views in a day, or in like a week. It just no longer anybody cares about it. TikTok was cool for a minute. I was excited about it. I got big on it, and then all of a sudden it died. now Instagram is where it's at for me. YouTube is good too, because when I come on YouTube and stream, I get you guys that know what you're talking about. We have airbrush conversations about, you know, what's happening, and we talk about air compressors and stuff, and it's kind of cool. Instagram is where I get the most customers. If I stream on Instagram, I'll get a bunch of people asking where they can buy shirts and how they buy hats and if I can do this and that. So if I want to get sales, I go to Instagram. If I want to talk about airbrushing, I come to YouTube. And if it's the middle of the night and I want to talk to a bunch of Indian people, I'll go on TikTok. There's still a big clog in this airbrush I haven't fixed yet. I don't want to. Don't make me do it. So that wasn't you watching airbrush. I did jump into your stream for a second. Maybe it was yesterday, today or something. I saw it there, and I clicked on it for a minute. But I was out yesterday. I was golfing yesterday, so I didn't have any time to continue watching that. I didn't see what you were painting. You're the only guy I watch on TikTok. When I do get on there, I see you for a second, and then I dip out. Yeah, my pricing for this is way off. This shirt costs $10 more than like one-sided shirt than this shirt did. $10 more, and it takes literally 5-6 times as long. Somebody just said, I'm remembering a comment, said they like doing graffiti on their iPad. I do that too. I've really been having fun playing with the luminance brushes. Go to the bottom of the brush. I'm assuming you're using Procreate. Go to the bottom of the brush thing. The luminance light brush, or light pen, the light pen brush, acts just like an airbrush does. You can configure it just right, and then the way you can get thick and thin lines and the fuzziness of it and everything, it's really similar to how an airbrush works. So I have a lot of fun. I do everything with that same brush. Alright, have a good time, guy who's leaving. They want red. I wouldn't choose red normally, but that's what they want. Maybe red's good. Red will stand out pretty good. Red's also good because it's a little bit opaque. It kind of covers up this black a little bit. If I put a couple layers down, you'll be able to see it. Is it possible to do TikTok with a GoPro? I think so, or it's a feature that they're rolling out, streaming to SMB, I forget the acronym. Some accounts can stream from a streaming service, or straight from a URL or whatever, however it works. I don't know if everybody can do that. I don't know if I can do it or not. I really wish that was possible with Instagram. Apparently there's some special way to do it with some third-party app, but I don't trust it. I've tried so many different camera mounts and angles and cameras and setups over the years. I've spent thousands of dollars on cameras and mounts. And I've landed back at just using my phone because it's the simplest, is the easiest. Set it up quick. And no one complains about quality or anything. When I make actual videos, I use my GoPro. But there's no reason to worry about that. If possible, I should turn my phone. I thought about that. I'm not going to do it in the middle of a video. That might be better for YouTube. Everywhere else I stream, vertical is the way to go. YouTube is the one platform that people do use their desktop to view. That's kind of what we're talking about now, is how to get the best camera angle doing what I'm doing. Alright. I'm going to use gray as a drop shadow color. Is this centered? It's pretty centered. I'll put the drop shadow a little bit to the right. Airbrush classes are coming soon, guys. I know I've said that about 2 billion times. But if you haven't seen me before and you're like, hey, I wonder if this guy could teach me how to paint, the answer is yes. I can. And I will. And I'll have sign-up links for that one day. I'm not going to tell you when. One day. Alright. I don't want to add much more to this. They want red. I guess I gotta add more red. It's gonna stand out and be real weird, but it is what it is. I'm gonna use my splattery stencil. Where'd it go? This guy. No. I don't know. Oh yeah, I do. She just asked me a question. I just remembered the answer. I'm gonna text her. Excuse me while I text my wife. Symphony. Should have did the red first and then the drop shadow. Gonna fade it out. Pretend it's not there. Alright. A little white outline, and then I'll be done, I think. Do I ever screw up and have to start over? Kinda, yeah. I mean, today. I could have made this one work, but I didn't like the way it looked. This drop shadow was too busy with the outline. I talked about it earlier. So I did it again without the drop shadow so that it was better. But I mess up every now and then. I'll spell something wrong. Usually if I mess up, it's a little tiny mistake and I can fix it as I go. But sometimes it is just more practical to start over real quick. I really care about quality. And as you see, I hope you can see that I take my time and don't just rush through stuff real fast. I could knock these shirts out very fast. I could have something that the customer would be happy with in 5 minutes on this, but I've probably spent 20 minutes on this shirt already. Mostly because you guys are watching and I'm kind of just hanging out, but I try to make sure to do a good job. And really, I'm learning. This is me practicing. This drop shadow that I'm doing right now, that's something that I haven't done a whole lot of. The drop shadow off of that is, I'm practicing my 3D stuff in my artwork journey through life right now. Rendering the shapes and stuff a little more clearly than I had before. But yeah, that's it. But I think I'm done for now, guys. I'm gonna hop off of here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. This was my favorite one. It was fun. But I hope we learned something. I hope we had a good time. We'll see you guys next time. I love you. Jesus loves you. Goodbye.